What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Maverick Raven coming at you with another one. And I gotta say, today started off as a really slow news day. And then it just kind of, everybody just kind of lost their minds lately. I don't know what the hell happened. But check this out. Florida Supreme Court upholds a 15-week abortion ban, approves abortion ballot measure for November. Scary, scary. I mean, I live in Florida, so it's scary for me because, I'm pro life. I don't want abortion at all. But now they're gonna put it on the ballot, with as long as it gets 60% or something like that. We'll look at it. But before we do, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, comment. All those things help us out at the channel, and I'd really appreciate it if you did that. Come on, join the flock. The water's warm, you guys. I promise it is. Anyways, the court's decision to uphold Florida's 2022 15-week abortion ban paves the way for a subsequently passed 6-week abortion ban to take effect. Now, that'd be awesome. I would love to see that. But as we'll read, they're trying to also put it on, well, they are going to put it on the ballot, okay? It says the Florida Supreme Court on April 1st upheld the state's 15-week abortion ban in a ruling that means a subsequently passed 6-week ban can soon take effect. A 6-week ban passed in the 2023 legislative session was written so that it would not take effect until a month after the 2022 law was upheld. Oh, okay. But in a separate ruling on Monday, the court also approved an initiative that would enshrine abortion access in Florida's state constitution, which will appear on the November ballot, meaning Floridians have an opportunity to undo the abortion ban. Oh man, April Fool's Day is such a April Fool's Day 2024 is such a pain in the ass, man. The amendment to limit government interference with abortion would make abortions before fetal viability or when necessary to protect the patient's health, a constitutional right. The initiative's text states no law shall prohibit, penalize, delay, or restrict abortion before viability or when necessary to protect the patient's health, as determined by the patient's healthcare provider. This amendment does not change the legislature's constitutional authority to require notification to a parent or guardian before a minor has an abortion. It continues. Yeah, right, dude. Let me tell you. I have seen now, you know, with the caveat that this was like what, like 10 years ago or so, or however long ago. I have seen minors getting abortions without telling their parents. I've seen it, you know. So I don't, so this right here, you're they're not living in this universe, or any universe where the government is involved like that so deeply in our lives, which is just something I hate. I'm all for small government. While there is no universal consensus on the timeline behind fetal viability, many consider it to be roughly 23 to 24 weeks after the point of conception. Good Lord, 6 months, really? Ballot initiatives for proposed constitutional amendments must receive at least 60% of the vote to pass, according to Florida state laws. So 60% of the people would have to vote for this, right? Campaigns for abortion rights in Florida began after the state passed two restrictive abortion bans. First at 15 weeks in 2022, and then another in 2023, restricting abortions to under 6 weeks. The state Supreme Court decided to uphold the 15-week abortion ban on April 1st after ruling on a pending lawsuit, making the 6-week rule take effect 30 days later. The U.S. Supreme Court hears arguments on abortion pill case. No, it's not. It has nothing to do with us here. It looks like it does because of the formatting, but it has nothing to do with us here. The group sponsoring the 2024 ballot initiative is Floridians Protecting Freedom, a statewide campaign of allied organizations and concerned citizens working together to protect Floridians' access to reproductive health care and defend the right to bodily autonomy. Bodily autonomy. You want some, let me help you defend your bodily autonomy. Don't have sex if you're not ready to be a parent. I've never seen it's not reproductive health care. It's murder. It's infanticide. Okay? But the thing is that abortion sounds so much nicer on the ears, doesn't it? Abortion. Oh, I made a mistake. I'm going to abort the pregnancy. So much nicer. But that's not what's happening. You're killing a baby that has done nothing wrong to anybody, a baby that's a part of you, and you're such a narcissist full of yourself that you want to end a life. You want to commit murder rather than actually give them up for adoption. You know, I would love to adopt a kid, straight up. I would love to. But the thing is that to get through all those hoops, it's like 40K, dude. I don't got an extra 40K. Someone want to sponsor me and give me 40K, I will gladly use that 40K to adopt a kid. I am not even kidding. I would love another kid. My 7-year-old can have a playmate. That'd be awesome. And before we start with this bullshit about, oh my god, but you know, abortions are for when you get raped and you get pregnant, and you know, also to protect the life of the mother, because the pregnancy will literally kill her. That's less than 3% of all abortions. And I say less than 3% because that's the highest number. I always eyeball in these types of situations. So when I tell you 3%, it's probably more along the lines of like 1.5, maybe 1%. But the highest that I found is 3%. That's 3% of cases. And we're committing murder by the millions a year. The Epic Times reached out to Floridians protecting freedom for comment, but did not receive a response prior to publication. Of course they didn't. Why would they? The group opposing the abortion access initiative in Florida is Florida Voice for the Unborn, which describes itself as a grassroots lobbying group guided by faith in God's only Son, Jesus Christ, and previously led a Decline to Sign campaign throughout 2023 to encourage Floridians to vote no if the citizen initiative was approved for 2024 ballot access. Florida Voice for the Unborn is profoundly disappointed in the Florida Supreme Court for deciding today to compromise with the abortion industry by allowing its misleadingly proposed constitutional amendment on this November's general election ballot, while taking way too long to finally issue contemporaneously its long-awaited decision to uphold 2022's legislatively enacted 15-week abortion ban, founder Andrew Shervill said in a statement on April 1st. Mr. Shervill previously said in August 2023 that having both ballot initiatives for abortion access and recreational marijuana, which was also approved by the state Supreme Court on April 1st, would have wide-reaching impacts on Republican candidates down ballot. That's true, because people are going to come out for the weed. And I'm pro marijuana. Legalize it, dude. It's already so easy to get, and the medicinal marijuana thing is such a joke. But believe it or not, I am a conservative, but I believe that all drugs should be legal. Yes, all of them. Why? Because we need money. So you know what? Legalize all of them. The war on drugs was a failure. I can tell you that from experience, also being a former police officer, and I'm sure that my wife would even say the same. She was also a former police officer. And I'm telling you right now, the government taxes the shit out of these things. People will be glad to pay them. They'll be glad to know that the quality is, you know, at a certain standard, that they're not getting bullshitted, that they're not getting fentanyl in their cocaine, as an example, you know. And I know that this is gonna turn a lot of people off, but it's the truth, you guys. Drugs are such an expensive part of a police officer's workload that we're putting people that are just selling like a pound of weed, as an example, in prison, thanks to President Joe Biden's 94 crime bill, which was passed with unanimous Democratic consent, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not going to lie. It says this is dangerous because it will motivate the pro-abortion side to come out. Yeah, Mr. Shervill told the Epic Times. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. The ballot initiative appears to have majority approval among Floridians as well. A poll released by the University of North Florida in November 2023 found that 62% of voters polled said they would vote yes for the amendment, while 29% said no, and 9% said they don't know or refuse to answer. Jeez. Among Republicans, excuse me, among Republicans polled, 53% said they would vote yes to enshrine abortion access in Florida's state constitution, while 39% said they would vote no. Are you kidding me right now? By contrast, 77% of Democrats polled expressed approval of the ballot initiative compared to 17% who expressed disapproval. That's kind of weird. While Governor Ron DeSantis said in January that he expected the state Supreme Court to approve the ballot initiative to legalize recreational marijuana, the governor never weighed in on the abortion access initiative. Mr. Shervill said in 2023 that he believed Democrats were pushing both amendments on the same ballot to drive voters to the polls, and according to Florida Democratic Party Chairwoman Nikki Fried, that was their strategy. It's yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. Yeah, having the ballot measures fundamentally shifts the demographics of who is targeted for turnout and who turns out. This is going to be the tactic. We're going to run on these issues that voters care about, she said earlier this year. Regardless, Republicans have a significant 800,000, excuse me, 800,000 person voter registration advantage over Democrats in Florida, a number that has steadily risen since the GOP outpaced Democratic voter registration efforts in 2021 for the first time since the state started logging registration data in 1972. That's promising, but I'm still terrified for those babies, man. Dude, I know that this isn't like a popular thing for guys to say, but let me tell you, man, I love kids, dude. Like their innocence, they're little saints if you think about it, man. They just want to play and be happy, and at the end of the day, they just want their mom and dad, and they just want to be left alone by everybody else, other than other kids, obviously, you know. And they don't want to be bothered, dude. And in the womb, they literally, it's like when that's the least of them bothering people, and it's just it just doesn't make sense to me, man. I can't. I honestly cannot tell you how. I can't stress enough how pro life I am, and how much this worries me because I don't want abortions at all, and you're gonna take it all the way to 6 months potentially, and now with recreational marijuana on the ballot, people are gonna come out for that. I come out for anything anyways, but I would have come out for that if I didn't care about anything else either. But that's what we have, you guys. Unbelievable. Be safe, guys. Be good to one another and stay based.